Kill him.
Reaper, Sombra, report.
Mission success, Akande. We achieved the objective.
Yeah, me and Smokey got the power relay data just like you wanted. Well, most of it.
Most of it. What I wanted was a clandestine operation. Clean, surgical, and precise. You just destroyed a 300,000-ton null sector carrier in broad daylight. I could see the explosion from space.
Okay, so we ran into a few problems.
I am listening.
Tracking the target was easy. The ship was badly damaged in Gothenburg. Never even made it back to base, which was better for us.
All clear.
Mauga! This is supposed to be surgery. We don't need a butcher.
Don't worry, they're dead.
Deactivated, and I wasn't worried.
Yeah. Hey, you guys know what we should do?
Yeah, we should grab the data. You know, like we planned. There you are, Preciosa. Time to tell me all your secrets. Okay, access, data, power relay system.
Hey, are we, taking suggestions?
Just hold the perimeter.
Yeah, whatever.
Mauga!
What is he doing?
Not sticking around. How long?
Almost! Hey, Calavera Man! You dance pretty good. Ay.
Stop. Very illuminating. But are you saying he's no longer loyal to us?
Ha! You can have his loyalty. Mauga is a loose cannon, and I don't trust him.
We're out of time. Sombra, we've got to go.
Not without the data. I got this. So you want to play, huh? Okay, let's play. Ha! Don't think it hasn't been fun. Huh? The op should have been a piece of cake. It wasn't. All because of him.
A partial victory is no victory at all. Deal with Mauga, or I will deal with you.
Hey, Psalms, what did the big man say? Oh, let me guess. Handle it. Yeah, he doesn't mess around, does he?
We did our job. We came up short because of you.
Aw, that ain't fair. You know I'm always looking out for you. I even brought you a souvenir. Ain't nothing more fun than a sinking ship. And if there's one thing I know, it's ships. Yeah, I tried to tell you earlier, but you look kind of busy. So I took a walk. If DF really wanted the plans to build his new power thingy, how secure would it be if we actually just got him theirs? They wouldn't be needing it anymore. Especially if nobody got that distress signal. No ship, no record, no witnesses, no problem. He may not be happy now, but you give Doomfist that, and he'll be all smiles. Looks like you owe me one. But who's counting? Hey, this was fun. Want to do it again sometime? You know where to find me. Now this was a great day.
You knew my father. He went by many names, but everyone in Talon called him Antonio Bartalotti. He was an arms dealer, a member of Talon's inner circle, but to me... Akande, you've met my little Martia. He was Papa. About the Rome operation, I've noted some loose ends that could be traced back to... Not now, mia cara. He wanted a different life for me. He almost got his wish. Operation complete, signore. But for every enemy he took out, he made 2 more. It was only a matter of time before his mistakes caught up with him. Papa, we didn't agree on everything, but I loved him just the same. My father's body was barely cold before Talon made their move. What's going on here? Scusa, bambina. It's just business. Talon seized my father's accounts, took control of his assets, assumed his allies. And Doomfist gave away my rightful place on the Talon Council. My father, my future. They stole everything I was promised. Everything I deserved. Talon thought I'd be easy to push aside, but I would not lick my wounds in the shadows, nor allow fools to determine my worth. I would use my time out of their sight wisely. I vowed to create my own empire and ruin anyone who dare deny me again. And in Rome, there is one place where even the lowest can rise to rule. In her debut match, please welcome Vendetta! Facing up against our as yet undefeated rising star, Ajax! But even here, I was underestimated. This mysterious newcomer is about to learn why none have toppled the Colosseum's strongest colossus! Oh no! Ajax's signature Venetian drop! Ooh! Should have known better than to go straight for the big leagues. Maybe stay home next time, sweetheart. Wait! What's this? So I let my opponent have their fun. To send a message. When I'm hit, I strike back. Twice as hard! What a ferocious comeback! The match goes to Vendetta! I became known as the Wolf of Retribution. I took on any fight the Colosseo could throw at me, and won. For that, I was at once hated and adored. With my winnings, I forged myself a blade worthy of my talents. With every victory I seized, the crowd cried for more. and I gained my own allies and assets. More fighters who craved a taste of my glory. As my reputation within the arena grew, so did my influence. I infiltrated Europe's elite. Proximity to the Colosseum's most infamous gladiator was very valuable. That's how I met you, and gained access to your network. I would love to finance your next match, in return for a good word with your other sponsors. My people will see it done. As I built my new empire, stronger than that of my father's, I never forgot the life I was denied. When Overwatch apprehended Doomfist, I saw my chance. Strike Talon at its weakest point, and reclaim my inheritance. Attack the Venice base and report back. Leave no survivors. But I didn't yet have the numbers to take on Talon outright.
You failed! You fools! That was our chance!
It became clear I would need greater influence, stronger gladiators, and a better plan if I wished to take back what was mine. Years passed after that failure, and I watched, infuriated, as the Council ate itself alive and brought Talon to ruin. But in a divine comedy, as Talon's power waned, I rose to my peak.
Your new Campionessa del Colosseo!
I bided my time, knowing my chance to claim vengeance would return. And one night, as I celebrated the spoils of my victory in the Colosseum, it did. Word reached me that Doomfist had escaped his confinement and reclaimed his position at the head of Talon. I decided then I was done waiting for my moment. No more climbing. No more wasting my rage on meaningless opponents. It is time to strike back against my true enemies. With your death, I will send a message to Talon. You thought your fight with me was over! But this war is just beginning.
Well, it appears I wasted money on all those new security measures. I understand you've been busy. You've already paid a visit to 2 of my associates from the Talon Council. And now, me.
Tell me, Max. I want to know if Doomfist so much as flinched when I killed them, or if he simply slotted in another pawn, as he did once my father's seat was empty.
I wouldn't pretend to know what Akande thinks. Why he does the things he does.
Don't play innocent. You were there when they portioned out the riches. Just like you were there when they threw me out onto the street. Yes, I am carving up the Talon Council to send a message to Doomfist. But for you, Max, this is personal.
Don't let the suit fool you. I've been in your position before, left with nothing after the crisis. I remember what it was like to toil in silence while the cruel and unworthy sat in a palace they'd forged from luck and the labor of others. And I remember the moment I took my revenge. Although moment doesn't quite encapsulate it. I made them watch for years while I managed and grew what they had happened upon by chance or inheritance. My vengeance was a living thing. Is still living. In fact, something tells me we're alike in that way. And if my hunch is correct, that makes me far more useful to you alive than dead.
You've overestimated your value. Loyalty bowed at the end of a blade is worthless.
If you've been watching Talon, then you've seen the same thing I have. We are barreling towards ruin. Akande's alliance with Null Sector and its fanatical leader was a disaster.
You cannot think me so foolish, Max. You may have helped yourself to my inheritance, but my trust is not so easily won.
Then maybe this will satisfy you. I see your taste for power, your desire to rebuild Talon with your own vision. The keys to bending every major player to your will are right here, on this chip. Weaknesses, leverage. Talon is less an organization these days than a collection of powerful individuals with selfish interests. If you assure them you can advance those interests, they will fall in line. The scientist Moira Odiran, she'll follow anyone who will fund her research into genetic modification. Anyone. Speaking of which, Annelie, the Widowmaker, she relies on a steady supply of drug formulations to maintain her skill and suppress bad memories. Vishkar will be more slippery, but their reputation is no longer as flawless as they'd like others to believe. They miss the days of the crisis when they were the shining heroes, rebuilding the world at a massive profit. As for the other agents at Talon's table, yes, Doomfist has his loyalists. Lieutenants he's won through strength or vision. But if we play our cards right, not all of them will follow him out the door.
I could kill you now. Take the chip for myself.
You could, but the information alone will only get you so far. You'll need other allies if you hope to stand against Doomfist. I can organize them for you.
Tell me what you gain from this.
I simply require a seat at your table, maintaining my current position, which I assure you will be to your benefit.
Betray me, and I will run you through before you can utter a single word with that silver tongue. I will not allow you to jeopardize my plans.
I'd say you've made your terms vividly clear. I look forward to building a new Talon by your side.
We are not equals, Max. I have spared you, so you can serve me. Do not forget that.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Vice President Singania, the ceremony will start when you're ready. I've loaded the latest speech onto your datapad if you'd like to.
I'll handle it. I've designed this entire awards ceremony to maximize budget and spectacle. Every detail in place is a balance of impact and efficiency. And they would test my patience now, just moments before I'm set to take the stage. Well, I suppose I should be well rehearsed. Let's see what they've written for me now. Thank you all for being here today. It is my honor to present this year's Vishkar Award for excellence in reimagining architectural applications to a most worthy candidate. But before I speak of our honoree, allow me to introduce myself. As you surely know, my family... Oh, they can't be serious. Bringing up my family before even mentioning my own achievements. Introducing myself as if everyone doesn't already know who I am. The Singania family's connections to Vishkar are... Oh, connections? Once I say connections, I've lost them. They'll think only of the Singania name on the plaque outside, and my grandfather's legacy. Vishkar isn't a dynasty. Well, I suppose it is. But it's not as though I was handed this position. I've trained years, proven my worth. Oh, what utter drivel! They truly expect me to spend 3 minutes extolling our architects, prattling on about their expertise, about how this company would be nothing without their hard work and dedication. Oh, enough. I am the one in charge here. My fortune bankrolls their academies. My contracts secure their assignments. I've already dedicated an entire evening to their success. I hardly think they deserve more of my praise. Oh, this speech is useless. I will speak for myself. Again, Vera, in your own words, from the beginning. It is my duty as an executive for the Vishkar Corporation to project the same lightness of being that we manufacture and provide to our partners across the globe. As an architect and an entrepreneur, I have found a wealth of success. Some have called me too generous for sharing my victories with the company, but a rising tide elevates every ship, as they say. And under my oversight, no single group has risen higher than Vishkar's talented architects. To those present in the room tonight, know that talent alone may only take you so far. It was my drive that carried me through my schooling and earned me the position I now hold. Proud as I am to bear the Singania family name, I don't solely attribute my success to my upbringing. Their support was always rather specific in its focus. As critical as the public can be, one's own kin can sometimes be far crueler. Though my family may not have bought into my initial forays into heartlight manipulation, the care and resources I subsequently put toward mastering the craft taught me more than any academy could. I learned not to tolerate anyone who would question the merit of my work, or insinuate that I have not earned my position. Certainly, there's value in the artistry of hardlight manipulation. But what about the art of negotiation, of presentation? Shaping oneself to be perfect. Crafting not just a reputation, but an image. Something untouchable. Something worthy. That is the true test of talent. The real... Oh, what are you saying, Vera? Even if it were the truth, no one would respect you. Let alone believe you, if you shared your own perspective. No, just give them what they want. Deliver the speech. Hand out the award. Smile. You're Vera Singania, heiress to the Vishkar dynasty, keeper of the family fortune, inheritor of innovation. You will be the one to lead Vishkar into its better, brighter future. They want you to be perfect, Vera. It's a good thing you are.
I hope you've placed a wager. It would be a pity to have such an incomparable view of today's race, while risking no stake in its outcome.
Oh yes, I've backed Clelia. Horatius may be undefeated, but one should never underestimate the fire of a fresh competitor. I must apologize again for my tardiness. Drivers these days. Perhaps I ought to hire one of your little racers down there instead.
I cannot imagine a woman of your refinement barreling down the streets in a chariot. Clelia is my most ruthless champion, and she drives much like how she fights. Dirty.
Oh, I'm well aware of her talents. But women such as ourselves, well, we have no problem breaking a few rules in the name of creating our own. Wouldn't you agree?
I would, Miss Singania.
Oh, please. Call me Vera.
Vera, then. Has Sanjay briefed you on our negotiations?
He has. Though he described them less as negotiations and more as delicate conversations regarding the value of your partnership.
His proposal was an insult. For years I've fought against the poor estimations of those around me. Those who failed to see my worth. I did not make it to the top by accepting scraps.
My, you are a fiery one.
I only hope you've come prepared with a more suitable offer. After all, Vishkar's shields would serve as a far better defense for your tattered reputation than they would for my fighters.
I assure you, Vishkar's reputation is well managed.
I'm not so certain it is. Your careless construction in Suravasa, inciting a popular uprising in Rio, trouble with a runaway architect, among other more unsavory matters. Your company is one failure away from a formal investigation. But a public connection to Talon, ooh, that would ruin you.
Well, you've certainly done your research, haven't you?
I have.
What a rare pleasure to meet with someone of your caliber. With that sort of attention to detail, I imagine you've brought your own offer to the table.
Vishkar's public image has suffered greatly. It will take more than sponsoring a few winning matches to fix what your organization has broken. Just as I will require more of you, if we are to form a partnership.
And what, pray tell, would you require of me?
Your loyalty. Vishkar's shielding technology would be effective in the Colosseo, but I believe it could have broader applications.
Threatening to expose my company's secrets and enticing me with a business proposition in the same breath? My, you certainly live up to your reputation.
I am my reputation.
And Vishkar's reputation is mine. Let me be clear. Any success from this endeavor is mine to claim. But any faults will fall on your shoulders alone. Are we in alignment, darling?
We are.
Marvelous. Let us begin.
I was a child when the Omnic crisis hit Copenhagen. My mother was a diplomat, and people looked to her for answers. Get me through to search and rescue. She was the eye of the storm. Calm, constant, consistent. We need to begin triage immediately. And through her, I learned that keeping people safe came down to a level head and a focused eye. Then deploy additional medical assistance. But I wanted to be on the ground, in the storm. Studying criminology gave me access to the latest tech. Showed me how to track and stop threats before they began. The local search and rescue team offered a more hands-on education.
Help! Help us!
I developed the tactics, the expertise to find anyone, in any place.
We're going to get you out of here.
And I discovered the rush of seeing a job through to the end. Doing something that mattered.
Over here!
I dedicated myself to chasing that feeling. After graduation, the military was eager to recruit me. She's the one you mentioned, Freya. I had my eye on bigger fish. Being a part of Overwatch's search and rescue team gave me the opportunity to take my mission further. Step lightly. Intel says they should be around here. With their resources, no one in need of saving was beyond my reach. 10 guards, 3 on patrol, 7 hostages. Our group didn't have the same cachet as those on the strike team, but I preferred staying behind the scenes. I only wanted to do my best work. Well done. We could use more level heads like yours, and to work alongside the best. Many thought Overwatch was untouchable. Superheroes come to life. Freya will handle evacuating the civilians. She needs cover. Once it's clear, we take the fight to the deep-sea raiders. I knew the truth. Not everyone in the organization was perfect.
Damn it! Fall back! Hold for search and rescue. We aren't done here.
Protocols were slipping. Reyes and his team pulled the fighting into the city before we could evacuate the area. We lost 14 civilians. If not for Freya's efforts, who knows what might have... You know how complex these operations can be, Sorolu. I'm sure search and rescue understands these risks. But I was doing my job. That was my only concern. Yes, sir. Through everything, leadership told us to stay the course. Some left. I kept going. Yet the unrest seemed to grow from within and without.
If you're protecting us, why are people dying? Show us Black Watch's records. We don't need you here.
I believed in Overwatch. I knew there were people who needed us. going to get you out of here. I was so focused on my work, I didn't see the whole thing crumbling. Until it was too late. In the months of investigation after the destruction of Overwatch's Swiss headquarters, the success and efforts of the support teams, the Eco Point program, the medical research group, search and rescue, and so many more were never considered. Most of Overwatch had done everything right. It didn't matter. A few bad actors had ruined Overwatch and anyone associated with it for the world. DAF, your application to the Danish Armed Forces, Ministry of Defense. After further consideration, the RCC. Regrettably, after reviewing your application to the Danish Rescue Coordination Center. Hiring opportunities in your area. We will not be hiring candidates. I gave Overwatch everything. My skills, my passion, my life. And it left me with nothing. Without purpose, I was adrift. Desperate. But the winds changed. And I realized I could still be of use in this new world. Freya was an ex-Overwatch operative, a name with too much baggage. So, I became Gavin. At first, I chose jobs Freya might have taken. Saving innocents, capturing criminals. But with each new job, I learned not every search is a rescue. On the dark web, I sought out difficult targets. Bounties no one else could deliver. The price mattered less than the challenge. The rush I'd been missing finally returned, deepened with the thrill of the hunt. It was a second chance to take everything I knew and do something with it. For too long, I thought I wanted to be like my mother. I tried living to help the world. And the world decided it was better off without me. Now, I live for myself.
Sir, I think you should see this.
Damien Barbosa, Mashiti Betty, and Sahil Bedia, aka the Wolf. All bounties recently posted, all neatly delivered, all very, very interesting.
Interesting. I thought you'd be more surprised than that, Max. I'd call you Marquis, but dark web monikers are so impersonal.
I see. Giffen, I presume. And you come bearing gifts.
Not gifts, bounties.
Yes, bounties. And my cargo that seems to have gone missing. Might you also have something to do with its absence?
Considering there was a problem with payment last time, I helped myself.
There was a problem? Oh my. Perhaps I should fire my accountant. Speaking of surprises, I am curious how you found them. And so quickly. I thought you worked alone.
I do.
Well then, please, enlighten me.
What's the tell? Your targets were nipped. And I'm not. So here we are.
Your storytelling leaves much to be desired. Instead of a story, perhaps a demonstration. Very good. Expensive, but good, good. Here. This is for the bounties. All of them. Keep the cargo. Consider it a bonus.
You wanted me to come here tonight. This was all a test?
It was a calculation. I had to be sure you were right for this.
Right for what?
For a problem no one else has been able to solve. I think you might find it particularly interesting.
I've got other jobs, Max. You understand.
Indeed I do, Giffen. Or should I say, Freya. But I also recognize those moments, rare as they are, when opportunity knocks.
You should have led with this. Leave him to me. I could hardly believe it, that years after Emery left Overwatch, he began working for Talon. At some point they'd lost track of him, and now Max wanted him back. Why? I couldn't say. But I was determined to find out. You should have led with this. Leave him to me. Oasis, Iraq. Emery Sorolla. I'd wager you never expected him to land on your little quarry ledger. Moira O'Dearan. She was a stain on Overwatch's reputation, and it seemed she'd sunk even lower with Talon. She always found Beckers with the least oversight and the deepest pockets. But Emery never did what he did for the money. Tell me, Freya, how long's it been since you've seen your erstwhile cohort? Nearly a decade. When he left Overwatch. You can't resign. The strike team needs you.
Tell that to the strike team. They don't seem to hear me when I point out how loose protocols got. Doubt they'll even notice I'm gone.
All right, fine. I need you. My team needs you.
Make friends with Vivian. Take your concerns to her. She'll listen.
And what about you? Will you be okay? Overwatch has been your life.
I'll be fine. I've already gotten a few offers to consult on global security. Just promise me you won't let this place change who you are, Frey. Keep up the good fight. It's worth it.
Interesting. Well, quite a lot can happen in a decade. Just look at us. Both gainfully employed by the very organization we once sought to destroy. This is just a job. I work for myself. Yes. Well, your semantic gymnastics aside, one must go where one's unique talents are appreciated. Funny, though, how changed he was when he appeared on Talon's doorstep. When was that? A few years after his defection from Overwatch. He was rather choosy about the assignments he accepted. And he was cold, calculating, ruthless. I'd hired him to help me procure, shall we say, exotic materials hidden in a highly defended R&D facility in Burkala. Emery disappeared from the operation, leaving me to fight on my own. I assumed he'd been captured or killed, but when I made it to the objective, I found him there, waiting for me. And that became his modus operandi. Going dark during and between missions, only to suddenly reappear to ensure success. As to his current whereabouts, I couldn't say. But you goody two-shoes were rather chummy whilst serving together in Overwatch. Perhaps the clues you seek are buried in your own precious memories. Istanbul, Turkey. Emery and I were close, both professionally and personally. And I was hardly the only one who looked up to him. Whereas the other members of the vaunted Overwatch strike team seemed untouchable, superhuman even, Emery was different. He built relationships with the entire support staff, including those in search and rescue. In his native Turkey, he'd served in the special forces, remained close to his former squad mates and family. I'd made the trip myself once, during a break from our Overwatch duties. Everything's delicious, Mrs. Sarora. Please, call me Zara. Any friend of Emery's is more than welcome in our home. Especially one so pretty.
Mom, please.
I'd returned to Istanbul to see if his parents might know where I could find their beloved son. No such luck. None of this was like Emery. But then, if what Moira told me was true, maybe I never knew my friend at all. With no other leads, I turned my focus to the jobs Emery had taken for Talon. I quickly found Moira's mission in Bakala. She was after something for her genetics research, but the facility served other purposes. All my instincts screamed the other was important. But how? I met with Mauga, who had helped Emery infiltrate a black site in Guatemala. Bro was stone cold. Lots of killing, not a lot of talking. Kinda tanked the buzz, you know? Widowmaker had worked with Emery to destroy a weapons facility in Hungary. And Emery disappeared during the mission? Well, for a short while, he disabled his tracker. Reyes was my final stop. He'd fallen far since I'd known him in Overwatch. Whoever that was with me in Luanda, it wasn't Emery. What do you mean? The old Emery couldn't tie his boots without consulting the Red Manual. But on that ship, it was different. I'd come nearly full circle, and the story remained the same. Emery had become a cold-hearted killer. No remorse, no emotion, not even a clear pattern of motivation. It made no sense. What had happened to him? What was I missing? The terrible things I'd already learned about my lost friend were more than I ever wished to know. And yet, sadly, still not enough. Then, a break. I recognized one of the sites Emery had hit, and now Helix installation in Kinshasa. We'd visited before, in Overwatch. The jobs Emery had taken for Talon were at or near satellite command centers where global security was monitored, and where Overwatch was often debriefed. The strike team didn't exactly prioritize meetings with the support teams, but Emery did. While the information housed there was valuable, it wasn't what Talon wanted. And yet, every command center had been within striking distance of Emery's jobs for Talon. All but one. Security logs showed multiple minor breaches at the facility in recent days, as if someone was doing reconnaissance, readying for a strike. If I wanted to prove my theory, there was only one way to find out. Pilot, take me to Riyadh. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. My instincts were right, but if Emery had done this, caused this carnage, could I do what needed to be done? What happened here? The soldier, like a demon? His eyes. Who? Emery. He was going to kill me.
Emery, stop!
After all the years we'd served together, all the shared memories.
I just want to talk.
The victories, the defeats.
Please!
My lost friend. All the time I'd spent wondering where he'd gone, only to find a monster.
There he is! Fire! Kill it!
In my business, there are questions you don't ask. No, like why I'm being hired. I certainly didn't ask Mex that, much as I wanted to. And in that moment, I didn't have to. Finally, the terrible noise stopped. All around me, chaos. No. Destruction. And then, in the smoke, a shape.
Frey, is that you?
Not a demon this time. Not a monster. Only Emery.
Frey, is that you? I can't believe it. How did you find me? How long has it been since...
What happened to you?
What? Oh no, Frey. This isn't... I can explain.
You disappeared for years, and this is how I find you? Stealing data from a global security compound, slaughtering indiscriminately. I thought hearing you're working with Talon would be the worst thing I could learn about you, but clearly that was too optimistic.
Frey, wait,
I've spent months on your trail. I worked for Talon agents just to track you down. I refuse to believe all the horrible things they said about you.
I promise it's not what you...
You left Overwatch behind, left me behind, because you couldn't bear to compromise what you believed in. And now, all this? What have you become?
Freya, just hear me out. Please. When I left Overwatch, it was because I thought I could help more on my own. I remember saying goodbye to you and wondering if I was doing the right thing. I remember having options lined up, being hopeful for a chance at something new. But some point after that, my memory just stops. You want to know what happened to me? How I ended up like this? So do I. It's like I'm being manipulated, compelled to act without mercy to achieve a goal I don't understand. It tells me to work with Talon. It tells me to infiltrate bases like this one, no matter how many lives I need to take. And if I try to fight it, it just takes over, and I wake up like this. I don't know what it is, what it wants, but it's turning me into a monster. I know it's difficult to trust me, Frey. There are things I've done that I'd rather have never known. But I promise, I'm telling you the truth. I'm sorry, Frey, for putting you in this position. I wouldn't blame you if you walked away, or if you think I can't leave here alive.
No. There's a reason I came this far to find you. If any part of you is still the Emery I knew, then I believe you. Let's get out of here, before anyone else finds this mess.
This place seems familiar. Where are we?
You really don't know?
No, I don't know much of anything right now.
We're in Riyadh.
I woke up in Lima just a few days ago. I was in Osaka before that. Now I'm here. And I barely remember how any of it happened.
Well, whatever you remember is more than anyone else knows. From the sound of it, you've been off-grid a long time.
Why did you come looking for me then?
Your boss has sent me. Seems Talon's got plans they need you to handle.
Vibe. Look at that price tag. No wonder you came for me.
With what you put me through, I'm making Max pay me double.
If he needs me back so bad he sent you, hell, call it triple. But I'm glad you came. It's been years since I've spoken to anyone I trust, let alone a friend.
Yeah, of course.
What happens once you turn me into Max, then?
Well, I figured I might stay with you.
You will? Even if it means working with Talon?
I don't exactly share Talon's aims. But if that's what it takes, I'll manage. You always had my back when we worked together. It's only right I return the favor. I want to help you, Emery.
Thank you, Frey. I think you might be the only one who can.
The legacy of Overwatch began with a single shared belief. That one person's courage can be the catalyst for change. During the Omnic Crisis, when humanity stood on the brink of annihilation, that idea united those who were willing to stand. It created the first heroes of Overwatch. And it's the same belief we're fighting for now. In the past, Overwatch wasn't perfect, but its purpose never changed. Our mission, the reason we returned when Null Sector attacked, was about protecting people. It was about our shared belief in a future worth fighting for. The International Justice Commission recognized that. They suspended the order that shut Overwatch down, because human and Omnic kind needed us. But even we didn't save the world alone. When the smoke cleared, we saw something incredible. We saw you. People from all walks of life. Soldiers, scientists, ordinary people with extraordinary courage stood up to share the defense of our world. In Paris, Busan, Rio, old allies and new answered the call. Mercy flew to our rescue. Reinhardt charged back into battle for honor and glory. Even new faces, Alexandra Zaryanova, Lucio Correa dos Santos, Hana Song, and so many others, put their lives aside and came to Gibraltar. Not because they were ordered to, but because it was right. We've reviewed every report, every act of bravery during the invasion, and you stood out. Not just for your skill, but for your courage. That's why you're receiving the message embedded within this token. You are formally invited to Watch Point Gibraltar, to stand with a new generation of heroes. The world won't save itself. Join us. Sojourn is still negotiating with the IJC. With Null Sector gone, there's pressure to shut us down again. When she finds out I sent these tokens, it won't be pretty. But back when I sent the recall, I didn't know if anyone would respond. I spent years alone here, thinking I was the only one who couldn't leave Overwatch in the past. But everyone who answered, they still believed like I did. Fighting Null Sector with so few agents has been hard. But it felt right. Null Sector's forces may have retreated, but they're not gone. And who knows what else is out there? The world still needs Overwatch. It always did. Besides, if there's one thing I've learned in my time here, it's better to beg Sojourn's forgiveness than to ask her permission. Well, here goes nothing.
Centuries ago, a wise family dedicated themselves to understanding the Wuxing philosophy. After studying the 5 phases, fire, water, metal, wood, and earth, the building blocks of our world, they founded Wuxing University, where traditional wisdom would pioneer new science. The school is divided into 5 colleges, each with a unique curriculum. Fire College, martial arts, defensive strategy. Metal College, robotics, technology. Water College, traditional medicine, medical advancements. Earth College, agriculture, sustainability. Wood College, civil and environmental engineering. During the Omnic Crisis, a task force of Fire College alumni beat back Anubis' forces. Since then, the college's prestige has skyrocketed. Only the best of the best are admitted. Fire College is where my parents met. They were top fighters during the crisis. And my older sister, Anran, she's been Fire's star student since her first year. I was so inspired to follow in their footsteps. But when I applied...
Then regrade his exam! This is clearly a mistake!
I only scored high enough to attend Water College. When word got out, I could tell.
Water College? But that breaks the family streak! It was... unexpected for us too. Thank goodness our Ming got into metal.
I disappointed everyone. My family was trying to be supportive of my studies.
You'll need to work extra hard. We won't be able to help you.
But I think they saw me as a waste of potential. If I wanted to give them something to be proud of...
Then you were like blam! And the fire went whoosh! That's when I knew we aced the project. Ming, you're going to set the courtyard on fire again.
Maybe I just have to be more like her.
So, it's like that fire staff you made. But imagine this section condenses water instead. It'd give water at least some combat capabilities. I wonder why you'd want that. You know, I still get crap for not getting into fire. But at least I'm not her younger sibling. Gee, thanks, man.
So, on top of my normal studies, I started studying fire college lectures.
Something to share with the class, Wu Yang. No, Shifu.
I knew I couldn't be exactly like Anran, but I felt trapped in her shadow. What would it take to stand with her in the light?
Attention students. Null sector attacks reported in Chengdu. Please report to the transport bay for further instructions. This is an emergency situation. Wuxing University students are asked to support evacuation efforts until official forces arrive.
Anran, I'm coming with you. No, don't leave the med bay. You'll be safe if you just keep away from the front lines. But you'll need help, and I said no. I can't protect you if you get in my way. Get in your way? How could you say that? After all this time we've trained together. You don't trust me? I didn't mean it like if I needed someone to tell me I'll mess everything up, I'd just call Mom and Dad. I didn't need to hear it from you.
All colleges to your posts.
Wu Yang.
Fire students, prepare to deploy.
But while I stewed in the med bay, there you go, all better.
Help!
The tide turned against us in Chengdu.
Null sector overwhelmed us during the evac. Anran's still out there. You left her there? She made us run. We didn't know what to do. Hey, my sister. Where is she?
What was I thinking, picking a fight at a time like this? Her family.
Anran!
We're supposed to protect each other.
Wu Yang, you shouldn't be here. Hey, tin heads! Get away from my sister! Reverse the tide! You okay, sis? You idiot! What are you doing here? I had everything under control! Oh, yeah, clearly. Wu Yang, I'm so sorry. I never should have said... Make it up to me later. Let's just get out of here. Don't get in my way, though. Oh, shut up.
3 weeks later. After Anran and I returned to the evac zone, official forces arrived. The following Monday, it was business as usual. Guess even Null Sector couldn't change our exam dates. I was nervous about what my parents would say, so I didn't tell them about what happened with Anran.
Why aren't you studying, Wu Yang? Here, I peeled you some oranges. I'm just taking a break. What are you guys doing here? Dad bought us all matching hats. This one's yours.
Somehow they found out anyway. I think I know who's to blame. When I came to Water College, I thought I'd never find my place.
Keep working hard, son.
But after everything, I'm starting to realize maybe it was here all along.
Wow, the medal the headmaster gave you is so heavy. Ugh. Too bad this doesn't count towards your GPA, huh? Hey, leave my grades out of this.
At last, I have reclaimed my birthright. This is my time, my legacy, my talon. My father didn't tolerate failure in his organization. I admired that. Took it forward when I built my own empire in the Colosseo. With Doomfist defeated, I will bring forth a new era of Talon. A Talon not confined to shadows, but basking in the light of victory. Doomfist preferred accumulating allies instead of using them. Serving me, no one will leech from this table and offer nothing in return. Vera, have you finished the hard light augmentations?
Nearly there, darling.
We've already outfitted Talon troopers with standard issue shielding, but we saved the best for your gladiators, of course. Vishkar's intelligent shielding will learn your gladiators' fighting styles. Once the program is complete, they will be unstoppable. I look forward to seeing how they perform in the Colosseo and outside it. Vishkar will invest in Talon, knowing I will tolerate nothing less. There are no avenues for side deals, and no quarter given to disloyalty. Will your gladiators lead the operations to come then? Speak your concern if you have one. Given 3 of our most tenured agents have left over disagreements with leadership, do we have adequate personnel to infiltrate a Helix installation like Grand Mesa? Moira is clever, but she was given too long a leash. All that research reserved for only a few lab rats, 2 of which have now scurried away. You will have your prize, Odiren. I anticipated some defectors. Max has been hard at work, securing new help. Yes, the stray agent I promised, Emre Sarola. I trust you remember him, Moira. Moira's filth is easily bought, and her skill will advance my vision. Huh, and I see your little bounty hunter has remained on board, Max. Yes, Freya is also ex-Overwatch, and has agreed to support the operation. Of course she has. I'm so pleased you found Emre after all. I hope he's just as you remember him. Provided Max covers my fee, we'll handle Europe. Loyalty has always been a buyer's market. Shouldn't be difficult. We've both run operations from Grand Mesa before. This watchpoint was never fully decommissioned. Command was given to Helix Securities after Overwatch disbanded. The base's security system utilizes a mix of cutting-edge drones and human guards, standard for Helix. The guards adhere to a strict recon schedule. It revolves from time to time, but I know the algorithm. Some would question the use of a turncoat, but Emre's results speak for themselves. Excellent. And our distraction? The Deadlock rebels have established a temporary hold at Powder Keg Mine, not far from the base. We'll make a run on the weapons cache at level 4. Enough cover for your team to get what you want. I trust I don't need to explain what will happen if your gang abandons the operation before we've achieved our objective. External partnerships have their value, provided one maintains a firm hand. We're new to doing business together, so I'll give you a pass. Rest assured, you'll get your cover. Good. Connect me with Tokyo. Vendetta. The Hashimoto clan extends our appreciation for your reinforcements. Without your assistance, Tokyo would have been difficult to secure. My troops are easily rescinded, should your bladesmith not meet his quota by the deadline. We will fulfill our obligation. Mauga, I'm sending you to Junkertown. Determine what drives their queen, what she needs to strike a deal with me. Is it prudent to send Mauga on a diplomatic mission? What's the matter? I'm great with words. Besides, my kind of diplomacy guarantees results. The Junkers respect power beyond anything. Mauga is the personification of power. And if the Junkers prove more threat than ally, he'll correct their poor judgment. Now, only one thing stands in our way. Overwatch. Pardon my boldness, but why? Our intelligence shows the International Justice Commission is likely to disband Overwatch in the coming days, given Null Sector's retreat. Why expend the resources when global governments are set to do our job for us? That lack of vision ends today. For years, Talon refused to seize its moment. Overwatch was disbanded, toothless. Your failed leadership did not leverage their weakness. Instead, it enabled this council to eat itself alive for a bigger cut of a smaller and smaller pie. there was no one to oppose you. The world was yours to take. And Doomfist's ideology allowed Null Sector to stoke Overwatch back to power. Yet, even as Overwatch limped through battle, Doomfist tried to pick off its agents one by one, rather than making a definitive blow against the organization. And then, your chance was gone. Overwatch is no longer a memory. They have reformed, and we must end them before they grow any stronger.
When are you planning?
I am not planning such a move, Max. I have already made it. There's a certain satisfaction that comes from being a conqueror no one believed in. I was cast into the shadows, forgotten. Now, everyone will remember my name.